Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money like a magnet while others struggle paycheck to paycheck their entire lives? What is it that sets millionaires apart? Is it luck, timing, or maybe just being born into wealth? The truth is, while a small fraction inherit fortunes, the vast majority of millionaires build their wealth through habits. Habits that shape their thinking, their decisions, and ultimately, their bank accounts. These are the untold secrets that most people never see. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. In this video, we're going deep into 12 millionaire habits, the ones they don't always talk about openly. We'll explore their daily routines, money practices, and mindset shifts that separate them from the average person. And to make it even more powerful, we'll weave in real-life examples from people like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, and Oprah Winfrey. If you're serious about leveling up your life, don't just watch this video casually, study it, because by the end, you'll know exactly how millionaires think, act, and grow their fortunes. And more importantly, how you can too. Let's dive into the first 4 secrets. Secret 1. Millionaires think in decades, not days. Most people live for the weekend. They think about Friday night, the next holiday, or maybe the next paycheck. But millionaires? They think in decades. Here's the difference. An average person might say, I need extra cash this month. Maybe I'll do overtime. A millionaire mindset says, how do I build something over the next 10 years that pays me forever? This long-term thinking is why millionaires invest heavily in assets like stocks, real estate, or businesses. They understand the power of compounding, and they know wealth doesn't appear overnight. It snowballs. Take Warren Buffett as an example. Today, he's worth over $100 billion, but did you know that over 99% of his wealth was earned after his 50th birthday? That's because Buffett started investing as a teenager and never stopped. He didn't chase quick wins. He thought in decades, letting compounding do the heavy lifting. Now here's the untold part. Thinking long-term doesn't just apply to money. Millionaires apply it to health, relationships, and skills. They don't crash diet. They build sustainable eating habits. They don't look for networking hacks. They cultivate deep relationships over years. They don't learn just for school. They commit to lifelong learning. This mindset shift is massive. Imagine planting an oak tree today. You won't sit in its shade tomorrow, but in 20 years it'll give you a forest. Millionaires plant oak trees while most people chase firewood. Action for you. Ask yourself, what can I start today that might not pay me tomorrow, but will pay me for the rest of my life? That's how you start thinking like a millionaire. Secret 2, they obsess over learning, not just earning. The average person thinks, once I graduate, I'm done learning. But millionaires know that the world changes fast, and staying wealthy requires constant growth. Self-education is the millionaire's superpower. Consider this. Warren Buffett reads for about 5-6 hours a day. Bill Gates takes reading vacations where he devours 10-15 books in a week. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science by reading textbooks and grilling engineers with questions. They treat learning like a job, not a hobby, not a luxury, an obligation. Here's the untold twist. It's not just about reading. Millionaires have a system of active learning, daily reading, not social media feeds, but books, financial reports, biographies, and trend analysis. Mentorship, surrounding themselves with people smarter than them and asking bold questions. And application, testing what they learn quickly in real projects, businesses, or investments. For example, Oprah Winfrey has said, books were my path to personal freedom. She grew up in poverty, but her hunger for learning transformed her into a billionaire media mogul. Now let's be real. The average person says, I don't have time to read or learn, but millionaires flip it. They say, I don't have time to be ignorant, because ignorance costs far more than books ever will. Here's a story you'll never forget. Elon Musk once faced criticism when SpaceX rockets failed multiple times. People called him crazy, but instead of quitting, he locked himself in a room with engineering manuals, consulted NASA veterans, and taught himself enough to lead a team of world-class engineers. Today, SpaceX is rewriting history. That's the power of obsessive learning. It's not optional. It's survival. Action for you. Dedicate at least 1 hour a day to intentional learning. Read. Listen to podcasts, study a course, or analyze your industry. Over a decade, that's 3,750 hours of growth. That's the difference between staying average and becoming extraordinary. Secret 3. Millionaires protect their time like it's gold. Here's something fascinating. Millionaires and billionaires don't actually have more time than us. They have the exact same 24 hours. The difference? They treat time as their scarcest asset. The average person wastes hours on distractions, scrolling TikTok, binge-watching Netflix, or doing low-value tasks. Millionaires design their days around high-value activities. They delegate small tasks. They automate repetitive work. They say no far more often than they say yes. This is why you'll hear quotes like Warren Buffett saying, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." Think about it. Elon Musk runs Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company, yet he still finds time for family, reading, and strategy. How? He time blocks his days down to the minute, focusing only on the tasks that move the needle. Here's an untold truth. Millionaires don't just manage time, they buy time. They hire assistants, cleaners, drivers, and coaches. They use their money to free themselves from tasks that drain energy. They reinvest that time into thinking, creating, and strategizing. It's not arrogance, it's efficiency. Why spend 2 hours doing something someone else could do for $20 when you could use that time to make decisions worth millions? Story time. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, once said he makes only 3 high-quality decisions per day. That's it. Because he knows his energy and time are finite. Instead of being busy, he focuses on being effective. Action for you. Audit your time for a week. Where are you wasting it? What can you delegate, automate, or eliminate? Start treating your time like gold. Because unlike money, once it's gone, you can't get it back. Secret 4. Millionaires create multiple streams of income. Here's one of the biggest untold secrets. Millionaires almost never rely on just one income stream. The average person has a single paycheck. If that job disappears, so does their livelihood. But millionaires diversify. They build multiple cash flow systems so that money is always moving in, even while they sleep. A study by Thomas C. Corley, who spent 5 years studying self-made millionaires, found that 65% of millionaires had at least 3 streams of income, and nearly 30% had 5 or more. What does that look like? Primary business or job, their main source of income. Investments, stocks, bonds, real estate, or index funds. Side businesses, a startup, consulting, or online ventures. Passive income, royalties, dividends, rental income, or digital products. Take Richard Branson as an example. He started with a record shop, but today, Virgin Group spans music, airlines, space travel, and more. Each branch is a stream that feeds the river of his wealth. The key here isn't just making more, it's about reducing risk. If one stream dries up, the others keep flowing. That's why millionaires sleep better at night, even during recessions. Now here's the story most people never hear. When Elon Musk sold PayPal, he didn't just cash out and retire. He reinvested into multiple industries: electric cars, rockets, and solar energy. Everyone thought he was insane, spreading himself too thin, but those multiple bets became Tesla, SpaceX, and Solar City. That's how billionaires are made. Action for you. Start with one stream, but always plan for more. Can you build a side hustle? Can you invest in index funds? Can you create something once, like a course, an app, or a book that pays forever? Remember, one income stream is dangerous. The first 4 millionaire secrets. They think in decades, not days. They obsess over learning, not just earning. They protect their time like it's gold. They create multiple streams of income. These alone can transform your financial destiny if you apply them. But we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll uncover secrets that go even deeper, habits millionaires follow that most people overlook, including how they handle risk, relationships, and even failure. So, stay with me, because once you see all 12 secrets, you'll never look at money or life the same way again. Secret 5. Millionaires take calculated risks. Most people are terrified of losing money, cling to their savings, avoid investments, and live in fear of failure. Millionaires, on the other hand, embrace risk, but only calculated risk. They don't gamble blindly. They analyze, plan, and execute with strategy. Warren Buffett once said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." That's the key. Millionaires take the time to understand the market, opportunity, and the downside before they act. Create scenarios. Stress test their ideas and prepare for the worst. Take Elon Musk launching SpaceX. People told him rockets were a death trap for investment and ambition. He risked his entire fortune multiple times, but he did so with deep knowledge, careful planning, and a mindset that failure was just feedback. Risk isn't a dirty word for millionaires. It's a tool. They understand that without stepping out of the comfort zone, wealth rarely grows. They also diversify their risks. They never put all their eggs in one basket. Richard Branson didn't just invest in music. He diversified into airlines, telecom, and even space tourism. That's how calculated risk becomes wealth, while blind risk becomes debt. Action for you. Don't fear risk. Study, plan, and act. Step into opportunities others avoid because of fear, and you'll find your edge. Secret 6, millionaires surround themselves with winners. The people you spend time with shape your destiny more than you realize. Millionaires understand this deeply. They don't just network casually. They carefully curate their inner circle. They seek mentors, peers, and collaborators who inspire, challenge, and push them forward. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, called this the mastermind principle. Surround yourself with winners, and their mindset, discipline, and habits rub off on you. Oprah Winfrey credits much of her success to her mentors and early relationships with powerful, knowledgeable people who guided her. Elon Musk seeks out engineers and thinkers far smarter than himself to tackle problems he could never solve alone. This isn't arrogance, it's strategic thinking. Average. People waste time with negativity, gossip, or envy, draining their energy. Millionaires invest their social energy wisely. Every conversation, meeting, or collaboration must add value. Action for you. Audit your relationships. Who lifts you up? Who holds you back? Start spending more time with those who inspire growth and reduce time with those who drain it. Secret 7, millionaires. Focus on high-leverage activities. Most people waste hours on low-impact tasks, answering unnecessary emails, scrolling social media, or attending unproductive meetings. Millionaires focus on activities that have outsized results. This is called leverage, the ability to generate massive outcomes with minimal input. Warren Buffett spends most of his day reading and thinking. Why? Because one brilliant idea can yield millions. Elon Musk prioritizes tasks that move his businesses forward drastically, delegating everything else. The untold secret. They constantly ask, will this task move the needle? If it doesn't, it gets delegated, automated, or eliminated. Think of leverage like this. A $1 invested wisely can grow to $10,000 with compounding, whereas hours spent on busy work often produce nothing. Millionaires understand opportunity cost more than anyone. Your time, energy, and attention are finite resources. Invest them where the return is highest. Action for you. List all your daily tasks for a week. Identify which ones produce the most results and ruthlessly prioritize them. Everything else, outsource or eliminate. Secret 8. Millionaires master their mindset. Perhaps the most important secret of all is mindset. Millionaires cultivate a mental environment that encourages growth, resilience, and opportunity. They believe in abundance, not scarcity. They see failure as feedback, not catastrophe. They practice gratitude, visualization, and disciplined thinking. Carol Dweck, a psychologist who coined the term growth mindset, explains that individuals who believe abilities can improve outperform those with a fixed mindset. Millionaires embody this principle daily. They know setbacks are temporary, challenges are opportunities, and learning never stops. Tony Robbins, a self-made millionaire, emphasizes that wealth begins in the mind. The quality of your life is the quality of your thoughts, he says. This mindset also affects their decision-making. Instead of being reactive, millionaires are proactive. Instead of dwelling on scarcity, they focus on abundance. They program their subconscious to spot opportunities others miss. This explains why, when others panic in a crisis, millionaires often find gold. Action for you. Begin daily practices like journaling, visualization, and positive affirmations. Train your mind to think like a winner, and your actions, and eventually your wealth, will align with that mindset. Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, turned $5,000 into a billion-dollar company not by luck, but by combining these habits. She educated herself about patents and marketing, sought advice from experts, focused on tasks that grew her business, and refuse to be limited by fear. Jeff Bezos combined long-term thinking, risk, learning, and a strong mindset to grow Amazon from a small online bookstore into one of the largest companies in the world. These habits are consistent, daily, and non-negotiable. Millionaires don't treat them as optional. They're the foundation of their lives. The way they protect time, learn constantly, take calculated risks, focus on leverage, and cultivate a winning mindset compounds into results that most people cannot achieve in a lifetime. Every small, deliberate action stacks on top of another, creating momentum that builds wealth and influence over time. The key is consistency and integration. These habits are not separate tips, but a system designed to maximize growth. If you implement even half of these habits consistently, you will notice changes not only financially, but also mentally, socially, and professionally. Secret 9. Millionaires prioritize health and energy. Most people assume wealth comes purely from financial decisions. But the truth is, health is the hidden currency of millionaires. Without physical and mental energy, even the best plans fail. Billionaires like Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, and Elon Musk invest heavily in maintaining energy, fitness, and mental clarity. Branson wakes up early to exercise every day, ensuring he has the stamina to manage multiple businesses. Elon Musk reportedly uses short power naps strategically to maintain productivity across Tesla, SpaceX, and other ventures. Health is not a side project, it's a foundation. A millionaire may have the best strategies, the sharpest mind, and unlimited resources. But without energy and mental clarity, opportunities are wasted. Action for you. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Treat your body as a business. Invest in it wisely. Because energy compounds just like money, powering productivity, creativity, and decision-making. Secret 10. Millionaires embrace failure and feedback. Failure terrifies most people. They see it as a verdict, a permanent mark of incompetence. Millionaires see failure differently. It's a tool for learning and growth. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset is core to millionaire habits. Elon Musk faced multiple rocket explosions and near bankruptcy at SpaceX. Yet each failure provided crucial lessons that led to eventual success. Warren Buffett made investment mistakes early in his career, but he treats them as invaluable learning experiences rather than setbacks. Millionaires actively seek feedback and critique, understanding that insight from others accelerates improvement. Action for you. Stop fearing failure. Reframe mistakes as data points. Seek honest feedback, analyze it objectively, and use it to refine your strategies. Every failure is actually a step closer to success. Secret 11. Millionaires practice extreme discipline and consistency. Success is rarely the result of luck. It's the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions over time. Millionaires follow routines meticulously, often doing the same high-impact tasks daily. Warren Buffett reads for hours every morning. Jeff Bezos schedules focused decision-making blocks. Oprah maintains gratitude and visualization routines that shape her actions and mindset. The untold secret here is that consistency compounds just like money. Small, deliberate actions repeated every day grow into habits. Habits grow into systems, and systems generate wealth. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Average people wait for motivation, inspiration, or a perfect opportunity. Millionaires act regardless of feelings, creating unstoppable momentum. Action for you. Build a daily routine focused on high-value actions, track consistency, and eliminate excuses. Over months and years, this discipline will generate exponential results. Secret 12. Millionaires give back and create legacy. While building wealth is important, most millionaires don't stop there. They create impact, influence, and legacy. Philanthropy, mentorship, and investing in communities are essential habits. Warren Buffett pledged over 99% of his wealth to charity. Oprah Winfrey invests in education and empowerment programs, changing millions of lives. Giving is not just about altruism, it's a mindset that reinforces abundance. People who give tend to attract more opportunities, networks, and positive energy. Legacy-minded thinking shifts the focus from mere accumulation to meaningful influence. Action for you. Consider how your wealth, skills, or knowledge can impact others. Start small if necessary, but consistently contribute to something bigger than yourself. This habit cultivates not only personal fulfillment, but also social capital that supports growth. Millionaires aren't born extraordinary. They become extraordinary through repeated, deliberate choices that most people overlook. These 12 secrets are interconnected, forming a system that compounds results over time. From thinking in decades to mastering mindset, embracing calculated risk, learning relentlessly, protecting time, focusing on leverage, prioritizing health, embracing failure, maintaining discipline, creating multiple income streams, surrounding themselves with winners, and giving back. Each habit reinforces the others. Imagine waking up tomorrow and beginning to integrate these habits into your life. Start small. Dedicate 30 minutes to learning. Schedule your high-leverage tasks first. Audit your relationships and take a small, calculated risk. Slowly, these actions will compound. In 5 years, you could be living in a completely different financial and mental reality than you are today. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle isn't raw talent or luck. It's the systematic application of high-impact habits every single day. Let's take a moment to visualize the power of compounding in action. Warren Buffett began investing at age 11. By 50, he was wealthy, and by 60, he became one of the richest people in history. The years of consistent reading, investing, risk-taking, and leveraging knowledge allowed compounding to work its magic. Similarly, Oprah's decades of disciplined learning, giving back, and building networks created generational impact and wealth. This demonstrates a critical point. Wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The millionaire habits we discussed are the training regimen for that marathon. Here's a story that encapsulates the essence of all 12 secrets. Consider a self-made entrepreneur who started with nothing but curiosity and grit. Every day, he woke up early to read, learn, and plan his day. He invested intelligently, diversified his income, embraced failures as lessons, and surrounded himself with mentors. He focused on tasks that had massive impact, protected his time, prioritized health, and never stopped visualizing his long-term goals. Over decades, this consistent practice transformed his life. By the time he reached middle age, he not only had financial freedom, but also influence, legacy, and fulfillment. The lessons from this story are clear. Wealth and success are engineered, not accidental. Your journey toward millionaire habits starts with awareness and action. Awareness alone isn't enough. You must implement and repeat these habits daily. Track progress, iterate, and stay patient. Results are rarely instant, but consistency compounds success over time. Ask yourself every day, am I thinking long-term? Am I learning actively? Am I protecting my time? Am I focused on high-leverage activities? Am I taking calculated risks? Am I surrounding myself with winners? Am I disciplined, healthy, and resilient? Am I giving back? The answers to these questions determine whether you're building wealth like a millionaire or drifting in mediocrity. Remember, adopting these habits is not a checklist. It's a lifestyle transformation. Millionaires operate in systems, not random actions. They think decades ahead. Value learning, leverage their time and energy, embrace risk wisely, and create meaningful impact. And most importantly, they consistently take deliberate action, compounding results over time. You can start today, even with small steps. Read for an hour, schedule your day around high-impact tasks, audit your relationships, or take one calculated risk. Each action builds momentum. By the end of the year, these small choices can yield exponential results, propelling you toward financial freedom and a mindset aligned with wealth. The untold secret of millionaires is simple. It's not magic, luck, or genius. It's the deliberate daily practice of the right habits, compounded over time. Follow these 12 habits, integrate them into your life, and watch how they transform not only your wealth, but your mindset, energy, and influence. Your journey to becoming a millionaire doesn't start with a bank account. It starts with the choices you make today, the habits you cultivate, and the system you build for yourself. Take control. Start implementing these habits. Build systems, not luck. Learn, grow, risk, give back, and repeat. This is how wealth is truly created.